a woman stepped onto the beach, but she found that she couldn't lift her foot. Her body slowly sank into the sand. Her boyfriend quickly got out of the car to rescue her. However, after just 2 steps, he tripped and fell to the ground. Soon, he disappeared into the sand. Panic spread among the onlookers. Alice walked to the edge of the beach and reached out to test the sand. Suddenly, a few white tentacles emerged from it. She took out a sausage and threw it onto the ground. In the next second, the tentacles devoured the sausage. She threw another sausage farther away. This time, the white tentacles did not appear. This meant that as long as they escaped the affected area, they would be safe. Jack believed that the white tentacles only attacked flesh-based creatures, so he decided to climb onto a nearby table. He picked up a surfboard and threw it onto the sand. Then, he jumped onto it. He picked up another surfboard and threw it ahead. Using this method, he slowly moved forward. Just as he was about to succeed, the surfboard suddenly slipped backward. He had to hold onto the table to keep from falling. Jack struggled to hold on. Enduring the pain, he finally jumped onto the table. Suddenly, a banana fell to the ground. When he bent down to pick it up, he discovered that the tentacles feared fire. Jack was overjoyed, but he soon lost consciousness. Daisy wanted to grab her phone to call for help. Suddenly, the car tire burst. She slipped and got stuck at the rear of the vehicle. At that moment, a car approached. Everyone shouted desperately, warning that a man-eating monster was lurking in the sand. A police officer stepped out of the car and onto the sand. Strangely, the tentacles did not attack him. He continued walking across the sand. Suddenly, his keys fell onto the ground. As he reached down to pick them up, his hand became stuck. Countless tentacles emerged from the sand. They slowly dragged him under. Mike suggested that wrapping their feet could block the tentacles' attacks. He asked Lucy, who was still in the car, to throw him a blanket. Suddenly, the railing broke, and Mike fell onto the sand. The tentacles wrapped around his body. He slowly sank beneath the surface. Alice saw a railing on the sand and came up with an idea. She threw it onto the sand. Lucy was the first to step onto it, using it as a bridge. She walked forward. After reaching the table, the 2 people in the car followed. Alice had just climbed onto the table when Daisy fell behind her. The monster in the sand instantly swallowed her. Lucy panicked. She wrapped her feet in the blanket. Then, she ran straight to a nearby car. Fat Tiger cheered for her, but the monster seemed to have evolved. It extended a larger tentacle. In an instant, it dragged Fat Tiger into the sand. Night fell. Lucy inflated a lifeboat. Alice and Jack, who were on the table, safely made it to the car. Suddenly, a giant tentacle shot out of the sand. Alice poured gasoline onto the ground. She pulled out a match and set the gasoline on fire. In the end, the monster was destroyed. Jack succumbed to his injuries and died. Only 2 people survived.